Goodyear Rubber Company with a patent date 1851. That's awesome, dude. So Jim and I made it back to the bottle dump, and we're going to have an awesome day. We're pretty sure that whoever dumped the stuff here probably dumped a whole bunch of Civil War uniforms and cannonballs and muskets and bayonets. Because you got to remember, this dump was probably made 20, 30 years after the war. So it might have been just junk to them back then. I got to quit talking and get it moving. I already forgot half my stuff. Oh, gross. Is it human?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Little deer?
Yeah. A doe. A deer. A female deer. Sorry about that. Yeah, so Jim, this is where the little dump is. If you missed the video, we were metal detecting out in the fields just recently, and I found this little dump here. Well, I ought to be careful while we were detecting, and we decided we'll come before we lost half the tools. We decided to come back. So this is some of the goodies I found the other day. Some crockery, some human bones. I don't think they're actually human, but we'll call them that for now. You've seen all that stuff if you've seen the video. What do you think, Jim?
Well, let's get digging.
Get digging. It looks like I came over to here, and there's still stuff here, pieces of iron and bricks. So I think all the way over to here even. So yeah, I think it's like 1880 dump. So we got from here at least. Don't know how far this way it goes, but yeah, there's some stuff up under here. So we got all the way over to here, man. We got a nice area to dig. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get to it, and we'll pile everything up here in a bank. There's some old that's a ginger beer bottle, a broken one. Find enough pieces, we might be able to put one together. I'll have to go back to the truck, get all the gear that I forgot, and we'll come out here and start digging. I'm digging down through the overburden right there. And what I'm going to do is take this little saw. We use these for cutting root saws, and basically just going to cut the roots out of the way. That's kind of a quick way to do it. It's easier too if I'm not holding the camera. I'm going to do the same thing on this one. And I'll pull these roots out, and then we'll get this all cleared out and see what we have. I'm kind of digging out a lot of the loose dirt from the other day, and finding a really good layer down here too. A lot of big pieces of crockery, a few broken bottles, nothing to hold yet though. And normally I'd have my gloves on, but I took them off for the camera work. But Jim over there, you have what? You had an oyster shell, didn't you?
Yeah.
3, really? Can I see one? This is kind of cool. You know, I'm always talking about these oyster shells in my videos. A lot of times when you find these out in the field just scattered around, it's usually an indication of a pre-Civil War home or a Civil War camp, but obviously it was trash after the war as well. So Jim also found a piece of a ginger beer bottle, the top to it, which is kind of cool. We're just throwing everything up here in a pile. You can see how much we've gotten already. Lots of bones, a couple broken bottles, lots of crockery. No muskets or cannonballs yet, but we think that's coming. So starting to get into stuff, huh? You're an oyster. Before the Civil War, of course, they would have been on wagons. Teamsters would take the grains and everything that was grown in the valley, the Shenandoah Valley here, and they take it down to the ports, and mostly Baltimore in this area, to offload it there for the ships to take overseas or down south or wherever. And then they bring back goods, and often it was oysters. They bring back loads of oysters for the folks that lived out here. Again, I think it dumps a little bit after that, but that's typically how the oysters will get out into these earlier sites from the early 1800s out here. All right, I'm going to throw some more of this up, and we'll get to digging, and hopefully we'll start getting into some really good stuff. In just a minute, there's two guys muddying it. Get my gloves back on too. We're still digging away. I think, didn't you find like a piece of a knife or something over there? Can we take a quick peek at that?
What do I do with it?
It's gone. It was like, that's a little spike or something, isn't it? Yeah, look at that. It's like a bolt. Yeah, he had like a piece of a table knife, but it was iron. It wasn't anything like really great looking, but there it is, Jim.
Yeah.
So,
Don't
Come
laugh
on.
if I fall in. Don't laugh at me.
Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, I think this is going to be some type of knife. I could be wrong, but it looks kind of like it's going to be. It's almost like a butter knife, but it's probably just like a table knife that's spent. I did want to show you what we're digging, what I'm digging. I'm getting down to the layer where I kind of had stopped the other day. That would have been a beauty right there, and you can see a whole bunch more stuff we're throwing up there. Everything's broken. Oh, that's a pretty one, isn't it? I see it. Yeah, that would have been nice.
Yeah.
I get a whole one of those. But the reason I got you out is because I got my first non-ferrous artifact. And I believe that's going to be a harmonica reed, but I could be wrong. Well, I don't think I am I? Nope. This is a reed to a harmonica. And what I'll do is try to wash off in the creek real quick without getting my glove wet, so I'll just do half of it. But yeah, check that out. 100%. There should be, or could be, some more reeds right nearby if it wasn't broken when they threw it out. So we'll look pretty close here and then keep on trucking. What do you say? There you go. Well, I just popped a bottle out of the dirt. Just kind of flying out of the bank, unfortunately. But I don't know if it's going to be whole. Yeah, it appears to be, at least more or less. Unfortunately, it might be cracked on the rim there. Maybe not. But no embossing on it that I can see. We'll go ahead and we'll get that cleaned up in the river here before we go. That's a pretty one. It's kind of cattywampus on the top. I always like to see that. Let me put them over here with the good stuff. And yeah, let me set you up for a minute. Okay, I'm just going to take a shovel here and we're just going to scrape lightly against here. I can usually feel when I hit glass, so I can slow down. Lots of ceramics in here. There's another broken bottle. More ceramic. I had to take my gloves off for the camera work, but I'll put them back on in a minute. That. Oh yeah, look at that. Well, it's the inside anyway. This stuff here, kind of, it's a rock. Oh, look at the bone. Is it human? That's actually a bird bone. It's probably a chicken. It could be a turkey, I guess. Had lots of turkeys back in the day. Kind of like today, huh, Jim? Lots of turkeys out here. Present company excluded. All right, so that looks like a pig tusk. It is. I think that's I thought it was a pig tusk, but it's too light, so it's probably just another bone. There's a lot of stuff coming out of here. It's all broken, unfortunately, but I don't know if you see that or not. But all right, I'll put you away for a few minutes, and if we get into a good little area, I'll get you back out and get my gloves back on too. All right, I'm going to give you a little update as to what we're doing here. We're still digging. See that pile up there is getting bigger. I got a few things back here I wanted to show you. This is like a sheet of pewter. That could have gone to like a dry sink or something like that, or pie safe. Some bottle tops. I think this might be a doll, part of a doll head. Not 100%, but I can't imagine what else it would be. I think so. A lot of iron. Here's a piece of a stove. That's part of a wood stove. On a piece like that in the last video. Well, what I wanted to show you is this. See where Jim's standing in the creek, and if you come over to this level, it drops down into there, and I dug all the way down to about here before I ran out of artifacts. So the bottle, that's a rock I guess, but so the layer of artifacts, broken glass and pottery and all that kind of stuff, goes all the way down to there, which is below the level of the creek, which I think is odd. I guess this must have built up over the years. You can see it's kind of marly in there. I tried to build a little bit of a dam right here. We'll keep it going that way as deep as we can get it. Water hasn't seeped through yet, but I imagine it will before we're done. Right, Jim?
Yes, sir.
Jim's trying to get down to the layer too. I think it's getting pretty close to it. I have a whole plate there, but it's obviously broken, but we'll dig that out together. Sure. Just dug this down in there too. That would have been a beauty. grab this real quick. Again, I have my gloves with me, but I don't have them on right now because the camera work. I was hoping it would have some maker's mark. Just a plain white plate. A lot of iron down here. Some square nails, lots of other pieces of stuff I can't identify. So, it's got gem, gold coin.
Yeah,
Almost.
shell, I think.
Oh, nice. All right, I'll keep at it. I'm gonna keep going this way, and hopefully we'll get into some good stuff here soon. Another spike.
Yeah, something.
See, found a little button. Oh, looky there. It's like a little porcelain button, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can I see it for a minute?
Yeah, great.
That's cute. That's the first one I've seen.
Oh, you lost
Nice.
it off your shirt.
That's right, Jim. I'll just put it right in the pocket there. That's a nice little find, Jim. Congratulations. You sure it's gonna be okay there? Yeah, okay, all right.
Nope.
I got one over here, a bottle sticking out that could be whole, but I don't know yet. What do you think? Is it? Had iron laying on top of it, so it's possible it was protected from the rocks.
Maybe underneath that
Oh, yeah.
piece of public.
Here we go. You ready?
Let's hope.
Oh, it's a big one.
Oh,
It's a whiskey bottle, whiskey flask.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, a little bit.
There
It's a
we
little
go.
whiskey flask. Oh, that's cute.
There you go.
Yeah. What do you think,
Yahoo.
Jim? A chip right there. Yeah, I don't like chips either, but I mean, it's not like a brand new one. You can see the line only goes up to about there or so. Some plied top. Yeah, we'll take that one. We'll take it home with us. See any more? Let's put my gloves back on. If I get into a really, oh, look at all this stuff. Into a really good spot, I'll set you up again. Just everything's been really just scattered. Be areas where there's a lot of broken stuff, and then right beside it there'd be nothing for a while. But seems to be a lot in here. All the way up through here. See that layer? Kind of goes up. Kind of weird because there's a layer here, then it's like not much here, and then there's another really good layer down deeper, which is odd. But I guess we can poke around a little bit with our fingers. Here we go. Wait. What's that?
And the Oyster King.
What that is? It's iron, I suppose. All right, I'll put you away for a little bit. Probably don't want to watch me dig this stuff. So Jim just found this, and I do believe that's going to be like a table knife or a pocket knife. You can see a rivet right there on the end, and there's a blade. It's broken off. I think that's a pocket knife, Jim. Ooh, got something else. Jim's all I got a rock. You want to put that with your stuff? You want me to set it over here?
No, just
Okay, I'll set it over here then.
Until I find a whole one.
Yeah, and found a jawbone, and I don't think it's human. A couple teeth in there too, all chompy teeth. And that's about it. Still going along. Glove on now, I can move around, can't I? These are all, see a lot of these little things here? These are actually snail shells. And they look just like those little buttons like Jim found. So I'm seeing buttons everywhere now, but they're just snail shells. All right, away you go. Let's get you out for a minute and scratch around together. Maybe. There's a lot of iron coming out of here. Broken glass. There's something there. Might be interesting. Is that part of a musket? Oh, I don't think so. Let's see. What is that? Fold it over, whatever it is. I'm not gonna worry about it. Need to find a nice little silver buckle in here. It's possible. Look at all this glass. Well, that would have been a beauty right there. That's the bottom to a can. Tin can, animal bones. There. Piece of jug. I don't have high hopes of finding any whole ones, but you never know. Is that up there? cut those boots here in a minute. Some glass there. It's broken, of course. All right. It's here. Another bone. That's, you know, where people had their food. Steaks and stews and all that good stuff. All these rocks are kind of, everything's broken, I guess. All right. Not seeing any belt buckles or coins yet, so I guess I'll put you away for, oh, I just saw some green. I thought I saw some green. Might have been that piece of glass right there. Green like brass. That's a can. You can see it's hollow right there. What's left of it. That's window glass. The window of the house. Someone broke it. Obviously. Alright, I'll get you out in a few minutes if we start finding some more stuff. Jim's saying he might have something over there, well, but he won't tell me what it is.
It's just a button.
Oh, okay.
Hardware button.
Oh, nice.
It's a good year.
I'm gonna have the date on it, I bet. 61? 58?
Patent?
Yeah.
1851.
51. Awesome, dude. You're the button king today. May I? Goodyear Rubber Company with a patent date 1851. That's awesome, dude. That's find of the day so far. So far, Jim. That is pretty cool. And that's something you wouldn't find with a metal detector. We'll run the metal detector over this part before we go. I mean, so much tin in here, though. You know, it'll be hard to really hear much. All these cans and stuff, but I mean, there's just a lot of broken things.
Yeah, that was
and a rubber button. Was it right in that layer? That's that marl layer, kind of. Yeah, look around. There might be another one. I might have thrown a whole garment away. 100 of them. Grandma's sewing kit might be in there, full of buttons. So we're still digging away. This layer right here is not much in it, but it's on top, which is weird because there's a good layer down there, another foot underneath, 18 inches underneath that shovel. A couple things I want to show you real quick. Yeah, check this out. This is a piece of, I think it's a washboard. I think it's a washboard. I think it is, yeah. That's how they used to wash clothes in the old days. There was a rectangular board, and you take your clothes in your hands, and you back and forth over those ridges, and that's how you clean them. It's really hard work. But that's what that is. That's like a, not pewter. What am I trying to think of the name for that? I'll come up with it. It's not tin.
tin?
No, it's like a pewtery, but it's, maybe it is pewter. But I want to show you something else, actually, if I haven't lost it. Look at this. Zinc. That's what I'm thinking of. You're right, zinc. I just found a little spoon. That's a little pewter spoon right there. Things over here I wanted to show you. This is a giant piece of it's a piece of coal. That's what they would have heated their house with, or their forge if they had a forge up at the farm. This, I believe, is a tin can. Really well preserved there. I'm pretty sure that's all that is. A couple bottle tops. Nice old ones right there. A boot heel. That's a boot. That's leather. And a pig tusk. That's a lot of people dig these and they think they're claws, like bear claws. But it's actually just a pig tusk. Find these a lot in the older dumps. And this might be a pig jawbone. Probably is. It probably came out of here. So that's his teeth. His teeth. All right, I'm gonna get back to digging. Jim just found this. No, you found it. This piece of bottle, Budwell's emulsion, and I looked it up, and it's cod liver oil, and I couldn't really figure out exactly what it dates to. It looks like it was a 1910 to 1915 bottle, but it had a label on it, so I'm not really sure. But yeah, so that's the cod liver oil. Awesome, Jim. Jim's like, I don't want it. I'll put it right there. When I was out here, when I first found this, I found a bottle that brown bottle had Roanoke on it. And if you've seen that video, and it's the same bottle or same type of bottle as the cod liver oil, because the Budwell is, I guess it was put together or whatever in Roanoke, or shipped out of Roanoke, according to the Googles. What do you think, Jim? Had enough?
We tried one more place down there.
Yeah, let me show you what we're doing here. Basically, we worked our way into the bank, and then it got, we ran out of artifacts, and it got really shallow, and we completely ran out here. So anything that's still in here, I think, is going to be like down under our feet, below that water level, so we're not going to be able to get to them today. Let me show you real quick some of the things we found. This is the pile of treasure that Jim's going to take home and glue them all together. Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, so this is, it's a good indication of the kind of stuff that was in here. Pretty much everything's broken though, unfortunately. You've seen pretty much all of this stuff. That's part of a pocket knife probably, and washboard right there. I want to show you a few of these things down here. This is a little pewter spoon, and this is a really kind of a weird brick that Jim found. I think I'm going to keep that. Let's give you an idea of some of the type of crockery that's in here. I'm not sure what maker that is. A lot of these tops, chunks of coal. This is a pig jaw. 2 bottles. That one's good. This one's got a chip in it, but still they're pretty decent. See, they're both apply tops. These are pig tusks. You didn't see this thing yet. This is actually the lid to like a mason jar, and it does have a patent date on it of 1876. Now that doesn't mean that's when it was lost, and that would have been a beauty right there, and one of these. That's about it, man. What do you think? It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it didn't last long, only a couple hours, but Jim's got a couple little buttons too. I didn't find any buttons, but I'm happy with what I found. I'll run you some pictures at the end so you can get a close-up of what we found. And we're going to kind of leave this mess like it is now, because it's supposed to rain really hard soon. And then we'll come back and look for like gold coins that we missed and stuff like that. And hopefully the creek will come up and kind of rinse this away a little bit. It might be some bottles and stuff we missed in there, who knows. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you on the next one. We are going to go down the creek. When we were coming up, driving up along the field, we saw a place where there's a ford, or the farmer forded this creek. It's very obvious, so we're going to look around down there, see if we can find another dump. All right, Jim, you ready to go look at the ford?
Yes, sir.
See what's over there?
Let's go.
We'll let you know, or not.
Until I go to sleep, she'll shake the coins from your pocket, take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised to keep, hidden in her dirt or deep in her creek. Mother Earth, she ain't saying exactly what she's saving, where it is or what it might be. Mother Earth, you are my lady, my big round baby. I'll rock you until I go to sleep. She don't care if you're dying or if you're living or somewhere in between. Mother Earth, you are my lady, my big round baby, and I'll rock you until I go to sleep. She'll shake the coins from your pocket, take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised to keep, hidden in her dirt or deep in her creek. Mother Earth, she ain't saying exactly what she's saving, where